Welcome all you kids to the next video of series of the Great Pin, so we're gonna do these tactical puzzles on the pin. So it's either gonna be an absolute pin or a relevant pin. So we got 9 puzzles here for the first part of the Great Pin series. So you ready? Okay, so you know the rules. Pause when I say pause and then check out the answers. Okay, here's the first one. You ready? Pause your video. You think you got it? Okay, first move is check with the queen. Only reason why is because there's a pin right through here. Okay, we're pinning the pawn to the king, so you can't really do anything. The king has to move out of the way, and then we take it with the queen being supported by the bishop, giving check. King has to move again, and checkmate. Right? Like it? Okay, good. We're going with the next one here. Okay, here's another one. It is white to move. Do you see it? The first move is rook takes h7. And now pretty much black is not supposed to take back. Okay, it's just supposed to lose some material and just, maybe try to protect himself. But what's going to happen is if he takes, now we get another attack going, which in this case what happened is when we move the knight, we have the queen that's able to come here. So here's another sacrifice. It's a double sacrifice, so we can, get into the game. The pawn will take. That's if he chose to. You could just, decide not to, but he decides to take it. But now same thing again. Queen checks, and we have a pin here. So the king moves, checks, and mates. Only because the bishop is protecting, right? Okay, let's get with the next one. Number 3 here. Okay, so it is white to move. The question would be, do you want to block the bishop from attacking your white queen or white king, or do you want to move your white king or block it with the rook? Well, the answer to this question is king to h1, because then he's not really attacking you, and you're actually everyone's protected, so nothing's gonna happen. But if you decide to make this blunder, bishop to d4, that's a really bad move because, well, it's a pin right now. If you look at it, well, there's a pin here. It doesn't look like nothing because the queen's protecting the bishop, right? Well, what about after queen takes knight? Now, that's gonna be a problem. So, you just lost a piece already, and then you're about to lose it, just making an even game pretty much. So, it's not the best way to go. So, otherwise, you could just kept your one piece advantage by just moving the king away. So, okay. Next one, number 4. Okay. Here's the next one. It is white to move here. Do you see it? Pause your video. You ready? Okay. The answer is queen takes e4. Reason? This rook is pinning the pawn to the queen. So the pawn cannot take the queen, and black actually lost a knight. If he decides to take the queen back, well then you're just making your material advantage even better if black takes. So, and that's the answer. So now we're gonna go to the next one. Number 5. Okay. I believe it is still white to move. The question here is it okay for this knight right here to take this pawn? Because we have this pin here, is it okay for our knight right here to take this pawn because of that pin? Pause your video and think about it. Ready? Okay. If you said no, it's not a good idea, then you can give yourself a high five. But if you decide that you think, well, I can just take it because there's a pin, well, that's not the best move, because now, if we look at it, now the bishop is actually pinning the knight to the king, which is not a good thing. So sometimes you think you have a good pin, but you gotta make sure you don't put yourself in a pin. So that's for problem number 5. So the correct answer was do not take that pawn, because the bishop is able to swing over here to pin you. So a lot of arrows. Okay, here, number 6. Okay, white to move. Should be an easy one. Pause your video. Ready? Okay. The fantastic and crazy move is bishop taking h6, because that pawn is being pinned to the king. So there's the pin, and the king can't get out of it. Okay. So other moves, bishop can try to protect, but you can just move back. You want a pawn, and nothing that black can really do. Plays that, I guess he could. So, but he lost a pawn, and he was, you're slightly better here. So the main focus is just knowing that pin right there. That maybe if he didn't have that bishop there and he didn't really have any other piece, he's a sitting duck, so he's in trouble. So should be an easy draw for you, or a win depending on how you play and your opponent's play, but you shouldn't lose this position at all. Okay. Next position. Okay, here. It is white to move. This one's could be maybe a little tougher. But you have to be creative. White to move. Pause your video. Ready, set, go. Okay, here's the answer. If you didn't see this, well, you will see it now. Rook takes f6. Yes, you're sacrificing your rook, but if he takes back, now you got this amazing pin right here, pinning the knight to the rook. He can't really do anything. He can't even move his, he would love to move his rook right here, but the pawn will take. So goodbye horsey, I guess. Okay, next one. Let's see here, 2 more to go. Number 8. Okay, so this one is white to move. Is there a pin here, or is it just not a real pin? So okay, white to move. Actually, I can just give you the answer. But this is a different question. Is this a really good pin? Does this really hurt black at all? Pause your video. Okay, the answer is no, it does not hurt black at all. Yes, it is a pin, right? But the problem is, well, black can simply just move out of the pin and still protect the knight by coming over here and protecting that way. If you try to go over here and really double up, well, the knight can just simply move back here. So, for example, here, and now it's a little bit easier for black to save the horse, or, make an even trade, and then should be a draw in the game. So, okay. Forgot some of these questions. I should have read them before. Okay. Okay, here's the last one, number 9. It is white to move. We have a lot of pressure going on this pin right now. So how do we add pressure? Pause your video. Okay, so the idea here, you ready? White to move? Bishop a4. What it's doing is it's preparing to push this pawn up and attack the knight. So now if the knight moves back, there's really no defense. It's only going to be 2 defender versus all 3 of our attackers. So we're going to win this trade. Now, if he tries to push his pawn, well, we can just simply take. No problem. And then we can just move back and then still push pawn up. So no matter what, it's just going to be a win-win situation for us. Okay, so that's it for part 1 of the Great Pin. There's going to be more videos coming up very shortly, so if you like this, please click on the next button that should be on underneath in the description or somewhere on the screen, so that would link you to the next video. So thanks for watching, and keep on working on your tactics. Sooner or later you'll be a chess master. Thank you. Good night.